Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, or whatever time you'll be watching this video. Now, guys, come here, let's talk. I made a video a few days ago, and it's talking about women, why some women are refusing to go into relationships after being married. Some are refusing to remarry, or some women just don't really, want back a relationship after their marriage has gone kaput. And when you look at the behavior of some men these days, and you would think that it would be the young men who, we would have issues with. But old or young, it's the same thing. Because there are some men, I think, with the tendencies and the behaviors that I see Mackie portray on the internet. And honestly, when you look at his behavior, you can't blame some women for not wanting to go back into relationships. Because if you are thinking that a younger man you would think that he's not as mature, so then an older gentleman would be more mature and have his head screwed on, that older gentleman would be more of a candidate to go in a relationship with. But the way how he's behaving, you can't blame women for not wanting to be in a relationship with men. He's just making it bad. Because when you are thinking that, okay, you would go with an older gentleman, there is no incentive. There is no incentive in going with an older gentleman. Now, I say this to say his relationship with Alicia broke down. He filed for divorce 2 times. After the first time, whatever happened, they rekindled. The second time he filed for divorce, they split. Now, Alicia came out after some time and, told their viewers that they're no longer together, so, people won't be seeing them doing content anymore. And she did go into some specifics on what he did, and how she was hurt about it. Case in point that, they had a bed and he took back the bed base. I, made comments on that situation already. He also took, when he left, he took laundry detergent, cooking oil, some petty stuff from the relationship or from their home, right? Which she didn't realize until it was time for her to do laundry or time for her to do some cooking, and realize that she didn't have those stuff in the house. I remember hearing, and all of this, Mackie came out and he confirmed that yes, he did all of those things that Alicia said. But he still came out and said that she was telling lies on him. But he still confirmed that all of that he did. She also stated that whenever they had arguments and stuff like that, that he would take back the car that he said he had bought for her. Again, he came out and he confirmed that yes, he did take the car from her several times, because when listening to him, he's saying that he's complaining that everything that was to be done on the car, he's the one who did it. He buys the gas, he change it, does the maintenance or pays for the maintenance and everything, that maybe not the gas, but like maintenance and everything that needed to be done on the car. He's the one who did it. She just drove the car. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if you're my husband, guys, and I'm not saying that the man is supposed to do everything for the woman. It also depends on the relationship that you have as well. But as a husband, I think if you have an issue with the fact that whenever the car needs maintenance, that you are making sure the car is maintained, your wife is your responsibility. So that would be a part of your duty. If financially you can't afford it, then I would think that you would have a communication with your wife to say, hey, babe, you know, you need to put more towards this, and we need to, combine our finances more to do certain general stuff. But the fact that you're going to also, come out on social media and talk about that, it's not the flex that you think it is. It really isn't the flex that you think it is, because as a husband, you're supposed to be providing for your wife. So when you come out and you complain that every time the car needs maintenance, you're the one who is, doing all of that. That's not a flex, boo. That's not a flex. That's not a flex. Also, when he's coming out and basically everything that has happened between them, all their messages, phone calls, voicemails, from when they were dating until she went to the US, he seems to be keeping a log of everything that happened in their relationship. I don't know about anybody else, but why would you be keeping a log on your relationship if you truly love that person? Every little voicemail, that they send to each other. And to me, he seemed like he had a controlling personality. Seems like, based on what both of them have come out and said, he really seemed to have had a controlling personality, whereas he keeps tabs on her. If she's going anywhere, he wants to know when she gets there. She has to keep checking in. Nothing is wrong with a partner. You have your partner, and your partner, you live overseas and your partner lives in Jamaica, and your partner says they're going out. Nothing is wrong in you saying be careful, or once your partner gets there, that they can check in to say, okay, I got here safely, I'll talk to you later. But based on conversation that both of them have come out and said, whenever she was in Jamaica, she had to be basically checking in every so often with him. When she went on her girls getaway, he wanted pictures of everyone that she was there with. He wanted to be kept in the loop of everything. Where is her privacy? Where was her privacy? Where was her independence? Not because you're with someone means that you need a blow by blow of their everyday life. And then he comes on and, he makes it seem as if this is all normal. It is not normal. You're with somebody, they need their space. That is a controlling behavior. And that is not healthy for any relationship. Now, let you guys listen to some of the attributes of a controlling partner. All right, here are some signs of 5 signs when he's too controlling.
Number one, he guilts you into stuff. He guilts you into having sex a certain way. He guilts you into doing this or doing that. The truth is, that's an emotional form of manipulation. Number two, they isolate you from your friends and from your family. What they're doing is trying to create codependency, a dependency on them, and they reduce your social interaction with other people. Number three, they frequently criticize you. This is called negging. And what they do, they systematically attempt to break down your self-esteem by saying, oh, your hair, it's not that cute. If I were you, I would have gotten another hair. Number four, they are superficially charming. They might love you one day, love bomb you, buy you gifts, and then the next day talk to you like your dog, talk shit to you like you just want, and you're wondering, wait a minute, is this the same person who wined and dined me? It's almost y'all symptoms of what a narcissist does. And what that does is it keeps you off balance. It keeps you wondering, keeps you wanting to make them happy. It's a form of control. Number five, they threaten you. If you don't give me sex, I'm gonna go find someone else. If you don't do this, someone else wants me. And they keep threatening to break up with you, or they may threaten a lot of different things. I'm going out with the boys and we're gonna do this. But remember, it's a form of control.
Let us look at 8 signs when your partners are controlling and not protective. 1, you're constantly being criticized, even for the small things. 2, your partner is easily angered or triggered if you don't do things their way. 3, overactive jealousy, or they insinuate that you're being unfaithful. 4, your partner closely monitors or spies on your conversations and other things that you do. 5, constantly making you feel guilty. 6, your partner has unrealistic expectations about how you should behave in the relationship, and if you don't, they react negatively. 7, not respecting your need for time alone. And 8, making you feel like you don't measure up or that you're unworthy of them. Now, some men, I think, have unrealistic expectations of their spouses. And also what I notice with Mackie is that because of him, Alicia is in the US as a permanent resident. I believe she's a permanent resident now. To me, he thinks that she should be indebted to him forever. So it doesn't matter what he does, that she should not have any negative language directed at him. Mark you, she has said, thank you, and she's for him to him for her being there. I think I've heard her said that already. But that does not negate the fact that if you do something that she doesn't agree with, that doesn't mean that she can't speak up. And some men like to, or some men and women, I gather, once they file for someone to go to the US or wherever for their partners to migrate, they kind of lord that over them. And that is what I noticed. They kind of lord that over them, and that the person is to be indebted to them forever, and that they can treat them anyway. There have been so many instances of spousal abuse, and this is of the person who did the filing. So the filer right? They emotionally, sometimes physically abuse the filee or the person who was filed for. So when they get to wherever location, it's not a bed of roses. They're treated horribly. And all because they think that they're indebted to them because they filed for them. That is not so. But now in Mackie's case, he keeps coming out. I mean, he was on pause the other day because they're going through their legal battles, and then the judge threw out the one part of the case, and then he came out and saying that, oh, the judge threw out everything. But no, there's another part of the case that is currently in court. But every time he comes out, and guys, up till now, they have been divorced more than 2 years because Alicia's baby is 9 months, 6 months. Don't remember how old the baby is. But then also Alicia was pregnant for 10 months. And then there was their separation before. But every time he comes out, he seems to be lamenting on the fact that everything, when they were dating and he did this, if he buys her, I remember at one point he came out and he was talking about a vegetable peeler that he bought her. He came out here and he spoke about the vegetable peeler that he bought for her. I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. You can get that at a dollar store. And he's talking about the vegetable peeler that he gave her. Now, if I'm with a man, and when you and a man break up, the man is going to chronicle every little detail, every little thing that he did for you from, you guys started dating up until when you guys are married. That is not a flex. That is not a flex. That is petty. That is... I don't like to use certain words to describe people, because especially if I don't know you, I'm not going to disrespect you certain ways. But that is just not a flex that a gentleman does. You and the female broke up, okay, it hurt your ego that she came out and she told the truth on what you did. You came out and you confirmed it. As a real top man, I expected you to come out and say, well, guys, yes, the lady came out and told you guys that we're no longer together, and yes, women will be hurt when a relationship ends, and sometimes women will say things, and but this is it, we are no longer together, and we're going to move on and get on with our lives. Argument done. That is what I expected of you, honestly, as a so-called real top man. But then even if you came out and you say that you're dispelling the lies that she told on you, you didn't dispel any lies, because the stuff that she said you did, you came out and you confirmed them. But even if you're gonna say, okay, no, she's lying, but as a real top man, you would still come out and say, guys, some of the things are not true, but I won't be dignifying anything, because everybody knows that a woman's greatest weapon is her tongue. A woman's greatest weapon is her tongue. So unless you want to continue the back and forth for eternity, you're gonna have a rough time at it. You're gonna have a rough go at it. And because every time you come out, you're not really making any sense. You're really not making any sense because the one you for months now you keep saying, you're gonna say the reason why you guys broke up. Up till now, you haven't told your viewers the reason why you broke up with her. Instead, other persons who are quote unquote on your side, they will listen and they will formulate their own ideas, have their own scenarios, do their own workup. They listen to other people and they take everybody else's thoughts and stuff and come to some ideation that is the reason why you guys broke up. And then you now come and you pick up what they think is the reason for your breakup. And then you say, yes, that is why you broke up. You're waiting for other people to tell you why you broke up, and then you say, okay, yes, that's the reason why you broke up. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Because you're supposed to know the reason why you broke up. But honestly, guys, I think based on Mackie's behavior out there, I mean, if I was a woman on the market, he would not be a choice based on his behavior. Because how you look at it, these men, they don't like it when they see the woman. I mean, they leave you and then you're progressing and they don't like it. That is cause for concern. But if you say you're a real top man, yeah, what you're doing, it's not a flex. It's not the flex that you think it is. It's not the flex that you think it is. Cha-cha.